Allow me fixing everything, and because there is always something to fix, so I'll show you today how we're going to fix or diagnose what is wrong with this wood chipper, wood shredder tool. Yeah, they call it so many different names. Basically they're all the same that use this design. Yeah, quality parts might be different, but the design is relatively the same throughout all the brands and models. Now, what the problem is with this one is purely electrical. There is no mechanical issue, at least not for now. So the main problem is when you plug it in the power, it doesn't do anything. Now, I already opened it up so I can show you a little bit. It's not plugged in the power, but when you plug it in, lights up red, which means that it receives power, and when you turn it on, nothing happens. Okay, so what I did first is I removed this panel, yeah, and I tested this fuse, which means that you need a multimeter, putting on beeping mode. If it beeps in here and the resistance is 0, it's all good. Power, it comes up to the button, and because of the LED works, yeah, it actually knows that the power, it is coming on. Now, usually if you cannot see anything melting in here and everything functions nice and smoothly, usually the problem is not in the buttons, and I didn't even test them because they're not melted. Now continue further. I have done these 7 bolts around the sides, and I just took it out like so, single-handed, a bit tricky. Yeah, here we have a little circuit board. Make sure it's plug off the power. Yeah, I could not test it, so I just leave it to the side. It's not melted. I decided that's not the problem. Brushes, I measured in between here. We have like 3-4 ohms resistance, which means that the brushes are okay. Next thing, I measured in between these 2 cables. This is the stator winding, and actually what I did measure is, can you see this little nick right where my finger is? I'll show you now. Right here, yeah, and this one right, you cannot see it, but it is there, right here. So I measured for resistance on the stator winding, and there is no resistance, which means that somewhere, yeah, the stator winding is not a connection issue in between, because could be a connection issue between the cable and the copper wire, and between this cable and the solid copper wire. Here sometimes there is an issue. Now the issue is somewhere on the winding itself. I'll just show you the measurement because this is important. This is what the problem is. Most likely we won't be able to exactly see where I'm probing, but it's the 2 ends that connect to the plastic wires. Yeah, so if the one winding is one open thing, it won't be open line, but it will be 0 or 3 ohms. Yeah, so just on this side, it's absolutely nothing. And I especially took a knife and I, do them a little bit. If we see here, we can see 2-3 ohms in between the winding here. So we need to dismantle, I need to dismantle this whole thing, and we need to check where the connection is broken onto the winding. Unfortunately, you can see the stator is completely burnt. Right there is where the whole thing went kaput. So here and over there as well. Completely rubbish. Okay.